welcome to Kate's Katch-All. Today I'm going to be making a vanilla individual cake in the microwave. They're called mug cakes, but I make them in a ramekin, I don't know if that's how you say it, but ramekin, something like that. So I'm going to show you the low carb version and then the really low carb version that only has 2 net grams of carbs. All right, so first things, I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of flour. Now there are 23 net grams of flour in here. All right, so next up, I'm gonna add in sugar substitute. This is Swerve. The great thing about Swerve is it has 0 net carbs in it, so the only carbs you're getting are from the flour, and that, like I said before, is flour has about 23 grams. Next, you'll add 2 tablespoons of the Swerve sugar. And after that, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder. And put that in. I always like to put all my dry ingredients in first, so it's easier to combine them. So I just make sure they're all combined. And it also helps the flour, if there's any clumpy, flour, it breaks it down. All right, so next I'm going to add a tablespoon of melted butter. I let it cool for usually about a minute or 2. And I just pour that whole thing in. And then the recipe calls for 1 egg, but what I do is I put the egg in a bowl and then I beat it up because I'm gonna make 2 of these. Now, if I wasn't going to make 2 of them, I'd just throw out half the egg. I know it's wasteful, but otherwise, if I add a whole egg, I feel like it gets this weird eggy taste. So I'm just gonna put about half in there and again, stir it around. And then I will add in a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And 1 tablespoon of milk. Ooh, making a mess. All right, like I'm baking with the kids. So you whip that all together. Make sure you stir it well. I just use a fork, as you can see. And then I'm going to put this in the microwave for 90 seconds. You gotta kind of figure out your own microwave. Some people might have to do it for 2 minutes, but you'll figure it out. All right, nice and stirred. And all righty. So I'm gonna put that in the microwave and we'll be back. And this is what it looks like fresh from the microwave. And what I'll do is I'll put, I make a strawberry apple mixture, and I'll show you in a minute. Super easy, and I will list these recipes down below. Just a reminder, when you're done, put the cap back on the vanilla extract. I knocked it over and lost probably about 2 tablespoons worth. And also I did this again a few months back, but it was with some really expensive organic kind, so I was kind of bummed about that. Also, I want to remind you or let you know, use the real vanilla extract. It tastes way better. I made my second one with almond flour, and this only has 2 grams of net carbs, so quite a bit of savings there. The other one I made had 23 grams. So the first one I did save 30 grams of net carbs with using the sugar substitute because there's 0 net carbs in the Swerve. So, it does save some carbs. So now I'm gonna taste test because I've never made this with almond flour before. I've made other cakes with almond flour, but I'm gonna give this a try. This is the strawberry apple mixture I was talking about. It's strawberries, apples, and they're cut up super tiny. You add some lemon juice and put some Swerve on top of it. I ended up using about 2 tablespoons. I'll show you the ingredients down below. So I'm gonna put this on the flour one first, my flour cake. Put a little tablespoon on here. And see, I'll do that. Struggle is real. Oh my goodness, this is so delicious. Oh, I forgot the apples have a little bit of carbs in them, and the strawberries do too. Strawberries are pretty good on the keto diet, but there's only 1 apple in this whole thing I made. All right, now I'm gonna try it on, I made the almond one. Made it all the same way, except I used the almond flour. So put that on there. I feel like I should go take a drink of water before I taste this. I want to really get a cleansed palate for this. All right, here we go. I'm going to take my bite of this. I like them equally. This has a slightly different flavor, but it's still really, really good. So from now on, I'm just going to make it with the almond flour. And then this is a 2 net carb treat for you. And it's pretty filling. I mean, it's a good size in these ramen bowls. They say you can make these in a mug. I've never made them in a mug. I just like to use these. So cooking time might vary if you use a mug. The other thing I use with the strawberry apple dip are the Stacy's cinnamon sugar. They're great if you're having a party or something like that. It's a great dip to bring. But I made my own. I used the Mission low carb tortilla chips, and I put them on a baking sheet, brushed them with some melted butter, sprinkled them with the Swerve sugar, and sprinkled them with a lot of cinnamon. And then I baked them for 8 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I cut them with a little pizza cutter, so I have chips. And they're really good. They're not as good as the Stacy's, but they definitely are they're pretty tasty. Because I swear, this strawberry apple dip makes everything taste delicious. If you try this recipe, please leave a comment down below and let me know how you liked it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.